It says we're going live. Are we live? It says we're live.
We're live.
We are back.
And we are better than ever.
We are. I mean, we are in a new space. We are not in the brew space. We are in the Geek Den. This is my personal gaming place. As you can see, we got monitors of all kinds going on. What is that?
That is a picture of a boat going underneath a bridge that is connected by two houses, as far as I can tell.
I thought we were going to do some Franco Casio brother band.
Well, eventually we were going to.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it was on, but it was only like, oh, it's over here.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
so
it's
folks,
on this. Yeah.
Speaking of Stony Music Fest, June 25th.
That's right.
Because we got to talk about it, right?
We got to talk about it.
It's in less than a month, folks. And let me talk to you about why it's so important. Because it's about local artists and about local businesses. Are you trying to find it? You trying to find us some...
There it is. Well, this is the episode from last year. This is episode 2. And we're doing episode 1 on this. So keep talking, Mike. I'm listening.
So
it's his podcast, so I don't have to worry too much.
My podcast. This was your idea.
It was whoa. Don't blame this on me.
It was totally
the one. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so Tommy came into my office many years ago. I mean,
we said like 4 or 5, something like that, or
no,
6 or 7.
Longer ago. Anyway, so Tommy comes into my place, and he was talking about wanting to have more entertainment in his town. And the statement I remember was, why do I have to leave my town to be entertained, to get good music, to get good culture? And North Rockland's been doing that, and in little drips and drabs. And Tommy and I want to do our part by bringing music.
Absolutely.
So Stony Music Fest does just that. And you got us some cool businesses.
Yeah.
And they're all local, right?
Yeah.
And we even have a couple homegrown musicians.
I know. This year, I mean, and it gets better and better every year. But we got, so Frank's coming back, Frank Ocasio Brother Band. He's on this screen over here.
North Rockland, I believe he's class of 86. Frank, if you're paying attention, hop on in, let us know.
And this is going to be a special year for Frank, and we're not going to go into detail on this, but we're going to do some really cool presentation. Frank and a whole bunch of other cats on stage with them. Habitat for Humanity is going to be there. A lot of donations have come in. We raised over $5,300 thus far for Habitat for Humanity Rockland, as well as to each of the performing artists for the day's festivities. Our 8th one.
Very cool.
So pretty psyched about it.
So we like to do local stuff because it makes your culture better, right? It makes your town better.
It does. You know,
how are you going to get the Big Daddy barbecue if you don't have the people who want to eat the barbecue?
You and I were talking about this off the air, and I think we're going to take a different angle to the conversation that we had off the air, because I don't know if anybody of you noticed out there in TV land, but we weren't here for the last 2 months.
We weren't. I'm sorry.
I know you were all just like, wait a minute, hold on. It's Thursday at 6:30.
Where'd the guys go? We got so busy. So we have consumed so much. There is too much. We must sum up.
Yeah.
Princess Bride says we must sum up.
Okay. So what it comes down to is this, all right? With all these horrible things that are happening in the world right now, the best thing that we possibly can be doing, and I got to stare at the camera in the middle there. I'm looking at myself like vanity-wise, but it's not like that.
You're so vain.
You probably think. All right. So so with all the stuff that's going on in the world today, both out there, you know, like way out there internationally, and who knows, you know, it's like, you know, Russia. All right, game over. We all go to the next realm, in my opinion. And local.
That is an episode for a
to itself. Yeah,
for a future date.
Whatever happens.
Where we go when the bomb hits.
Yes. Anyway. Well, and I don't have, like, you know, Norm Macdonald in his book, you know, based on a true story. It's like, you know, he dips his cigarettes in morphine. I don't have that level of insight. So.
Well, Michael Franti says microphones, not bombs. So let's go with some Franti and some Spearhead.
And all the things that are happening locally. I mean, you know, we all have dialogue that we have to get through. We've already gotten through a good number of years just talking about various things and what is the best path forward. So here's the thing. That's stressful. Music is not. Okay, music is
at least it shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, music is, in my opinion, meant to lift the soul. And why do we have to go to New York City or Westchester or anywhere beyond Rockland, right?
Rockland.
In order to get
I go to
that
this place. There's lots of rocks.
level of talent, all right? And, you know, going back to North Rockland High School, I mean, you used to have Battle of the Bands and all these different things
Absolutely.
happening every week. And that cultural component seems to be missing. You know, as I speak
believe-
Italian.
I believe one of our musicians was a Battle of the Band winner back in the day. I believe Tito Wilson was a
Tito
Battle-
was?
I believe Gubular Yug Yug, I think that was the name of their band,
All right.
was the winner of the day. We'll have to check with Tito on Stony Music Fest, June 25th. We
June
can ask him
25th.
as he comes in, Tito, did you win? Yep.
Tito's very cool. I hung out with him, and I won't bring the story up again. We were hanging out at Casa del Sol a few weeks ago.
And how you have no filter?
Yeah, he says, I have no filter. I'm going to filter myself on this conversation here because I don't want to go the Bob Saget route off.
So speaking of that, I heard you had some sort of surprise or something for us. You said something about, you know, taking.
You're trying to lead in on this. You're trying to.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm just going to drink.
I can save it for next time.
My cock and ball ginger ale.
I could save it
Ginger
for
ale.
next time. I mean, you know, I did come with apparati. Right?
Apparati. Tell me your apparati.
Yeah. So, and by the way, it's not all about the Stony Music Fest this episode. We're going to talk about what we consumed over the last few weeks.
Well, and part of that is about localness, because I have been growing a lot of food. I've been eating strawberries every day as I leave to go to work. I don't pull them out of the refrigerator or off the table. I stop in the garden and I eat some strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating broccoli out of the garden.
Nice.
I have been consuming, let's see what else. Just general herbs. Just walk by, you munch on some stuff. There's been
Nothing wrong with herbs, right?
Not that kind of herb, but yeah.
What are you talking about?
Parsley.
I was talking about Italian herbs.
This
sir.
is, and it was actually parsley.
I don't know. All right.
Anyway,
so
show me what you got here. Show me what you got here. Show and tell.
I want to thank Rocklands Web's graphic designer on the team, Delilah Blue Flynn, who came up with this amazing, and this is a mailer that's going to go out to all the residents of Stony Point. But check this out, yo. I don't know if that's backwards or forwards. It says Stony Music Fest. This is not, we're not reading this backwards in Rockland at the moment. But she did this by hand. By hand.
I have a local business question.
This one,
Tommy. Yeah. If someone wanted those kind of services, how would they go about getting them?
Contact Rockland Web at 845-877-7333, extension 1 for advertising services. And we go $99.95 per hour. And you see hand-drawn illustrations. We do logos. And by the way, this is all digital. You can bring this to your local printer. Anyone that, needs something, you give us a call. We do advertising. We own Rockland News. And most importantly, we just started a new advertising program for the Facebook's biggest community group in Rockland. That is the North Rockland. I say it that way for a reason.
Because you're being silly.
Well,
because you are.
2025, man. I'm telling you, we're going to get Def Leppard. The North Rockland Community Advertising Program.
You're not from Rockland.
What? Who?
Def Leppard.
I understand that. I know.
So why would we want to get that?
Because they'll rock. 24,000 people. I'm being totally straight up. 24,000 people on that group, right? So, and there's tons of posts on. There's like about 200 a day at this point. I'm one of the administrators. So if you contact us, we can feature your advertisement up at the top of the page. Typical retention is approximately 3,000 people per week. All right. But we say conservative estimates expect about 1,000 views per week of your company's business, your logo. You can put a YouTube ad up there. I mean, whatever have you. So that, but let's talk about something non-business.
All right. No more infomercial. I'm sorry about the infomercial. He had to do his plug. I had to give him his plug.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So what have you consumed?
Oh my goodness. You know what I've consumed?
The top 3 best things that you've eaten in the last 2 months.
Had pasta last night that was off the chart. So I had lentils.
Okay.
And not, the lentils in the can, like the Goya lentils that are, so Goya lentils with Cento tomatoes, diced tomatoes, over, and standard stuff like over some olive oil with some Italian herbs.
So you made this yourself?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for me and Jessica, and it was good. I'm really starting to get into cooking, and
Excellent.
I never knew that I had that
When did you learn how to
light for
cook?
it. That was out of necessity.
When? What? At what age? Because it's always out of
Probably,
necessity or out of curiosity.
Well, let's see. My mom didn't let me use the stove until I was about 25, so I'd probably like 27.
Okay. So you learned you were what we call a late bloomer. Just a little folks, late bloomer. His
Kinda
flower
delve
comes
into
up in the fall, not in the spring.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Anyway.
Don't you be talking about my flower? Is it getting hot in here?
I mean, we did turn off the air conditioning, but that's for video purposes. Anyway,
I don't know.
so you started cooking at the age of 27. What was the first thing you learned how to cook?
Oh, definitely pasta.
Okay.
It had to be. I mean, I'm not sure.
I
like,
was the same at the age of 8.
So you've been
I've been
cooking for 30
from
plus years.
40.
40 plus years.
Yes.
All
And again, it's out of necessity. My mother said, you can eat TV dinner so you can watch what I do on Sunday and learn how to cook. And I chose to learn how to cook.
Good move.
And being curious about how things worked, I started looking at all these recipes and going, well, why? Why do you have to use a cup of this? Why is it a half of this? What is this? And I started going away from traditional cookbooks and started looking for books that were, the potato does this, and this kind of potato does this, and this kind of potato does this. So you use this one for French frying, and this one for mashed potatoing, and this one for, and it's how stuff works.
Mm-hmm.
Alton Brown in his series, not How to Boil Butter, Good Eats.
Okay.
Good Eats is all about how food works, with a lot of comedy, a lot of theatrics, and a lot of information. But for the most part, he's just explaining how things work.
Mm-hmm.
When you know how all the pieces work, then you can get really inventive or creative.
Yes.
Because you understand that this is just a flavoring, but this is actually a binding agent. So you actually need this, and you need it to be in this ratio. And all the rest of this can just be flavor.
Yeah, and there's so many different elements, I imagine. I mean, it's not just the flavor, but also the texture.
Let's take the basic cookie. To make a cookie, you need butter, whipped into sugar, and then you add a little flour, and that's cookie. It is the cookie in its most basic.
That, I got to give a little bit of a shout out to my mom. She did, and as I think about it, I think I did baking when I was younger.
Okay.
Probably because she wanted a girl, but it's fine.
Explains a lot.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just being honest. It's just the way it comes out. But we made Cookie Monster cookies.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I definitely like those. I think I still have the books on how to make Cookie Monster cookies.
All right. Next show, I want some Cookie Monster.
Well,
cookies.
I know what outfit I'll be wearing next week.
You're going to be a furry?
Huh? No, I'm going to wear a chef's hat and something conventional.
I mean, it is Pride Month. So.
And in celebration of things like that, I figured that.
Oh, no. What?
All right. So, and this isn't about.
You need to explain yourself.
This isn't about Pride Month. I mean, I'm very comfortable with myself.
Those are bright.
I
I thought the light in my face was bright. Those are bright.
Hey, you bring out the best of me, Mike.
I know.
All right. So I'm doing this in the spirit of, and it has nothing to do. Let's have a great summer.
Naked.
Let's have a great summer, everybody. I mean, that's the way we have been in a friggin' pandemic for the last 2 years. Not on. All right.
Hold on.
Let's just go out there, have a good time, and
Will you
got someone
promise?
next to you that just like, hey,
Will
what's
you
up?
promise
What's
the
up?
Stony Music Fest people that you will not wear?
I am not. No. Just to be very clear about this, I am not wearing this to the Stony Music Fest.
Thank you.
Rather, what I'm wearing is
Put
something
those away.
a lot more.
Nobody needs to see that anymore.
Why?
Thank you for the bright lights and the inspiration. I appreciate them. We are coming into summer, and I appreciate the exuberance of wanting to bring summer in here. But
Does the light shine off too bad?
I mean, partly it's because you're so pale.
Oh, come on, man. You know, hey, listen, I'm not all like, I'm like, you know, there's this Jackie Mason joke. It's like, yeah, my mom is English and Italian and Spanish. And it's like, there's three, like, it's a horrible joke. She's like, my mother's half Italian, half Spanish, and half German or whatever. That's three halves. Oh, she was a big woman. All right, move on. Yeah, it's next thing.
All righty then. All right. Now that you put your pecs away.
Well, I appreciate that you called them pecs, Michael. I appreciate that very much.
I can call them pecklets.
Put these glasses back on. See, I came prepared today.
You want to be extra nerdy? All right. So you're going from the beach look to the nerd look. Is that where we're going?
Well, you know, contrast.
Okay. Contrast.
Contrast. You know, it's like, and it's just different things. You know, I brought the Norm Macdonald thing here. This was a great book. Oh my God! So this
you have been on about Norm Macdonald all day. So tell me about what Norm Macdonald fed you.
Well, so the late Norm Macdonald, may he rest in peace. And bro, you did an amazing job. But I mean, he just has some great lines. And I mean, you know, I don't know anything about anything, but so here's like he's trying to get the Saturday Night Live gig as the weekend update, right? And he's talking with Lorne Michaels.
Who's the producer, correct?
Who's the producer, yeah. So Lorne basically tells him, he's like, okay, and he's in the interview, and he goes, this is what you're to do for the interview. We want you to come up with 2 characters on the spot. And we're gonna go downstairs and you're gonna do them. And Norm got stage fright. He's like, I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't even know how to do this stuff. So I'll read the rest of this verbatim because I can't do justice to it. But, well, I didn't actually have a shiny red apple. That would have been perfect. That's not how things work in this life here. I did happen to have the closest thing to a shiny red apple in my back pocket, which was my actual back pocket. Listen, Lorne, I do have one character I've been working on, and I think it'll be a big hit, the biggest. But I don't want to do it down in the studio where some bum might steal it and take it for his own. I want to do it just for you right here, right now. Okay. And Lorne looked up at me with that stare of his that passeth all human understanding. Go ahead, Norm. I reached inside my back pocket and I pulled out a bag containing 7 grams of government-grade morphine and 2 brand new Surettes and tossed them on his desk. He says, I call this character the Connection. Norm, I confess that your antics are near amusing, but this is not what we call at the show. We don't refer this to as a character. You know what we call this at the show, Norm? No, sir. What? A recurring character. I was in.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I came prepared today. And
what are you prepared with?
Well, this is my and I guess this is like not what are you consuming today? What are you consuming from?
Oh.
You know,
what is your vessel
that is
no longer empty?
So this one is, and it says, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, like right there. It says, no, I will not fix your computer.
Yes, you will.
And then when
you're a nice guy. That's not your nice guy mug.
So this is the mug.
Right. The mug.
This is the mug that I use
when you want to be the boss.
Well, no, actually, I'm very good with the team. Like we all get along.
When you have to be the boss.
When I have
not when you're being the leader.
When I have to
the boss.
Add a sense of hilarity to like a Zoom meeting or something like that, I'll put this, and then like somebody's talking, I'll be like this.
No, kids, don't try that at home.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go down for that at some point.
Go down on who?
Well.
Oh wait, wrong show.
The pizza that's over there in the corner. We haven't had the rest of the pizza.
I mean, it was a spicy meatball.
Right?
It was nice. It was nice and nice. And that, speaking of local business,
back
that
to
was
you.
from Papa's Pizza in West Haverstraw.
Thank you, Papa's Pizza. We appreciate the spicy
Sponsor dinner.
meatball.
Yes, it was a little extra spicy. I had to double stack it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm eating a slice. And he's talking with me. He's like, what's your philosophy? And I was like, everything in moderation. He's
As
like,
I take 2 slices, I slam them together and shove them in my face like a glutton.
This is spicy meatball. Oh, let's get some more videos on here. So what else has been going on in the last 2 months, Mike? I mean, we haven't
Well, the
gotten
plants
together.
are growing. We've been planning for Stony Music Fest.
Yeah,
There's
of
been
course.
lots of stuff going on at RCC. They've been doing stuff. I've been eating all sorts of stuff. I went down to Georgia.
Oh yeah.
And I did the Georgia Renaissance Festival a couple of weekends.
Uh-huh.
A lot of fun. Those Georgia folk are very nice.
I would imagine, yeah.
And some of the best cosplayers you will ever meet.
Really?
They were amazing.
Yeah, and you got a lot of different Dungeon Master stuff back here.
Oh
So tell me
yeah,
more.
back over there. I actually Dungeon Mastered a couple of times since we have talked on the empty vessels.
That's cool.
I had to get my character captured, and the crew has to go rescue it.
I'm listening.
I mean, we got taverns, we got commercials, we got. I mean, YouTube's going to make a killing. They got commercials on commercials on commercials.
That's true. Now, what happens if you and we got Michael Hilliard in the Working Class Band? They're going to be playing at 12 o'clock at the Stony Music Fest. But what would you say? And I've seen this a little bit more over the years. It's a question to you: is like, have you noticed that the copyright rules are becoming more and more stringent?
I haven't noticed one way or the other. You would know better than I because I'm not in that particular realm.
Mm-hmm. It's tricky, I'll tell you. You know, because it's like, let's say for instance you're a cover band, right? And you're just going out and you're playing a gig with let's say like a local establishment. I won't name names. And you do the gig, and then you want to post it on YouTube to share, with your friends. You're not actually now the interesting part. And this is a good conversation where the interesting part is it's completely legitimate at the establishment to be able to play that song, even if it's a cover, because they cover the royalty rights over there, right? So, but then when you broadcast it, even for a small crowd, there's obviously more reach, so I guess more potential liability.
Well, and I think it also depends if you're making money off of it or not.
Right.
So,
that's actually, yeah. So
you're making money off the video. So, and part of that is if somebody else writes the song, give them their credit.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be however you're supposed to do that with shout outs or letters or advertising or whatever, or just paying them out.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, yeah.
Whatever you're supposed to do, pay your artists. They need to eat too.
Yep. And that goes from, from local, like, just any band. We have a band, Spanky and the Radicals, all the way up to, Metallica, Def Leppard, all different bands and stuff.
You're really onto the Def Leppard today. I can feel it. We can go for the other Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
That happened in Nyack this time. So if Dan's watching, what's up, brother? So Dan and I, we were in a band together and we hang out. And
is he a radical of the Spanky and the Radicals, or is he Spanky?
He's Spanky. We're all the philosophy is all three of us are Spanky and you are all radical.
Ah,
so
that's cool.
Yeah,
all right.
So it's good stuff.
Okay.
But we were actually at, if you've ever been down in Nyack area, there's a place that's well attended in the evening, especially after hours, is Old Village Inn.
Oh, and they pour the best Guinness.
Yes. Yeah, they got
the best Guinness. I have drank so many Guinness from that place, I have lost count.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my birthday stops.
Oh, yeah?
For a good decade.
When is your birthday?
July 20th, coming up.
This is good information.
It is after Stony Music Fest, which is June 25th.
That's. You think I'm the plug? He's the plug here.
I'm doing sound. I'm going to be right in the middle. I'm going to be in the thick of everything.
I was watching
awesome.
episode 6 of this podcast before I showed up here, and we were obviously talking about this. And I said the coolest part of this is that you and I are going to be at the soundboard pretty much like the whole day.
Oh, I want to do this all day.
That's right, man. It's like the whole. That's the payoff, really. The way I look at really everything that we're doing, and we've been at this like about 8 years now, is like just being an observer in our own thing that was created, So
it's cool to be a part, and like we get to be front and center of the concert.
Yeah.
The concert, it's almost for us, but it's actually for all of you. Because you're going to be all around us, be our friends, and enjoy the music.
You're going to be surrounded by love.
You're going to have friends.
What the fuck are you trying to say? Jeez, that's brutal. God, I feel all cold and like cold and shamed and lying on the floor.
Well, it's Stony Music's Fest. You will be full of warmth and love. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're going to be on the river. Michelle and her gang are gonna do the massage thing.
That's right.
We're gonna have chiropractor, right?
We have, and like, by the way, this thing is sponsored like by 32. We're up to 32 sponsors now.
All right.
Yeah.
So are they all Rockland sponsors?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so, I mean, if someone in Westchester wanted to give us money, I mean, would we say no?
Well, technically, Sponsor Bands is national.
Okay. Technically,
all right, but I mean, it's not. It's a great brand. Okay. But right now it's approximately 10 bands by my estimates. So, but I mean, it's all digital. But as far as like the brick and mortar and like the businesses around, 32 different, and I'd say about 90% of them are from North Rockland.
Hey, Danny Castro just popped onto our feed, and he is the fattest skinny on the drums I have ever seen. I saw him play last year. I couldn't.
In that case,
he was so good. He was so good.
Let's get him back on.
You're gonna put it on YouTube?
Put it again, yeah. I just have to. I'm just twisting behind me like I'm a yoga instructor here. Let's see. Hold on. Almost there. Almost there.
Let's see if I can type on into Danny.
There it is.
I'm not used to this whole typing. We're doing videos.
Okay. That should be it. Yeah. All right. What's up, Danny? How you doing? Can't wait for this concert to pop off. Absolutely, man. Good to see you. And Danny just did a show, I think, down in either the Bronx or Brooklyn.
With Frank, right?
No. He's got, Danny's in like, bro, how many bands are you in? I mean, I know you are all in on the musicianship. I mean, I get it. Life Cause, we talked about it a little bit. But just out of curiosity, Danny, how many different talented musical acts are you in? I know at least 2 or 3. So you got Lords of the Sun, right? Frank Ocasio Brother Band. Yeah. And I think he's in 1 or 2 more. And I got to tell you, I'm jealous.
Why? That he's in all these bands?
Well, I'm jealous because, obviously, I mean, I'm 46 years old and I'm going to put my nerd glasses back on. But it's like,
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about. It's like, we do all the work that we do. I have a web development company and a news company.
Hold on. Danny says 5 at the moment. Thank you for the kind words.
5?
5 bands at once.
Fuck me, man.
That is a real musician.
Seriously.
Professional right there.
Good shit, man. That's awesome.
Some people play drums for a living, and some people run rock and web design, which is also very important.
It is, but not in the grand scheme of things. I mean, being able to, we talked about this a little while ago, is being able to lift people up and inspire. And I mean, when we're sitting at the soundboard, that's what we're having.
We're having our moment. It's awesome.
Yep. Immersed in the joy, if you will.
In the vibrations.
Well, we're not going to have the Beach Boys playing at this thing. I can't afford them.
There's Hal. He could play some Beach Boy stuff for us.
Hal's pretty awesome. It's jazzy and stuff like
Danny
that.
can play anything.
Yeah. Actually, if you check out these videos, and this is episode 2, if you go on YouTube and type in Stony Music Fest. So we did a few of these, like about 10, 15 minutes long. And right here, that's Devin Dwyer. And Devin isn't going to be able to make it this year. We apologize. I know I mentioned that, but we have a new band that's coming in. Is Michael Hilliard and Working Class. And holy shit, this guy's amazing.
Hey, I'm excited for Electric Beef to play. To be honest with you. My boy Tito, he's amazing.
Yeah, I jammed it. Well, I told you I jammed with him about 2. It's just going to be a really cool day. And so what does he say? And okay, so Danny says he's in 5 bands at the moment.
Yep.
And a day job with a beautiful girlfriend and a puppy. Blessed. Amen, brother. Amen. It's where it's at. And
Working Class lays it down.
Yeah, he's talking about Michael Hilliard.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think he is. Well, actually, he's talking about all of us because we're all working class and we're working at this thing.
I can't wait to get us all together on that stage, but play some awesome music, have some tasty food, just do the thing. It's gonna be awesome.
Now, how are we going to end the Stony Music Fest for this year? And you talked
Well,
about this last.
We should have this big old jam, and if everyone can stay to the end,
Yep.
start learning the words to All Along the Watchtower.
All
because
on
that's
the
what we're gonna sing.
Watchtower. Probably
We're
get
gonna
some
jam.
handouts for that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody wants
And-
to stay to the very end,
You know these musicians. You never know what they're going to play after that. That's the song I requested for the big jam. Where they go, nobody knows.
it's a good book.